Este es Erron con ide inecappears.com. Otro video para ti hoy. Another exciting video. Wrong. Another boring information technology video. Let's cut to the chase. This should be a quick video. I don't believe it's connected to the computer and I can't find the disk and the printer is not listed when trying to connect it. Let me lecture. Don't lose your software if you cannot help it. Operating system, you buy a computer or you go out and buy an operating system, you go out and buy a brand new printer. Don't lose your software. My analogy is you just purchased a brand new automobile. Well, you already lost the fucking car keys, the automobile keys. How the fuck are you going to start your goddamn vehicle? This deals with an HP Officejet 6700 premium printer. They needed to know how to install it. It's real easy. And the software is readily available on the internet. Click on the link in the description box below that'll take you to my blog post on my website, inecappears.com, where I included links, direct links to Hewlett Packard's website where you can download the full software suite for this printer. It's real easy. But here's a quick warning. Most times, I would say 99%, almost close to 100% of the time, but I just had a video the other day where it's different. But I would say around 99% of the time when it comes to Hewlett Packard printers, do not hook up the printer before you install the software. Do not hook up your Hewlett Packard printer before you install the software, because if you do, it can fuck up the installation. Read the quick start guide. Here's another tip. Read your quick start guide for your printer even if you lost the software. It warns you not to hook up the printer to your computer until the installation tells you to. So this was real easy install. The link's right here. It should auto detect when you click on that link. It should automatically detect what operating system you are using. If it doesn't detect the correct operating system, all you do is click on change. And then from a drop-down list, choose your correct operating system. Then click on change again to make the changes permanent. And it should you provide a link to download the Hewlett Packard software suite. Now here is a direct link for Microsoft Windows 7. If you're using Microsoft Windows 7, I'm pointing towards the direct link. Now, everything was going smoothly, and then all of a sudden, this almost turned into a fucking disaster. I hate dealing with printers except installations. Somebody buys a brand new printer and maybe they've never hooked up a printer before. Fine. I'll guide you and I will provide links. I will do the research for you. That's fine as long as I get compensated. If it's printer errors, fuck no. If it's toner cartridges are low, or I don't fuck with most printer issues unless it's out of the box installation or unless you need help trying to find the software because you lost your disks, like in this scenario. If you need help installing the printer from the very beginning, brand new printer or blah blah blah, yeah, fine, I'll help you. I don't troubleshoot printer errors. Fuck no. No. Nah, that can turn into a fucking, 30 days later of hair pulling and yelling and possible 187. Homicide. These goddamn Americans are violent. They might cap you if you don't get their printer to work. I digress back to this video. Everything was perfect. But like I've stipulated before, there is no easy button. The real world of information technology is 180 degrees opposite from these fucking information technology YouTube shills that grandiose. They make it seem like you're a rock star now, that you know a lot about technology. Fuck no. I want to see you go work for Hewlett Packard, I want to see you go work for International Business Machines. I want to see you go work for the fucking federal government and see what a fucking rock star you are. They were able to successfully install the software, But when they went to print from, I think, Microsoft Word, they received a error. And I think I'm pretty certain I included it. I should have, or it was pretty close. Basically what happened was they received a warning. Their toner, their color cartridges, their color toner cartridges were either, I think they were low. So they were given a warning. I don't know why this is. It's just Hewlett Packard is another one of these goddamn fucking tech giants that just gives me a headache. You know what I'm saying? Carla Fiorina, you know, why the fuck would you have ever voted for her? She doesn't give a fucking rat's ass about you. These goddamn motherfucking politicians don't give a rat's ass about you. And yes, she is a politician. Look up the word politician. Anytime you run for public office, you are automatically a politician. End of story. They received a warning because their goddamn color cartridges were low. Well, so what? Now here's a gold tip. It's a paradox. Now let me try to find it again. Pretty sure I thought I quoted the error, but I might not have. Okay, let me look up paradox. I know I included the word what the fuck? I know I included the word paradox in my blog post. I told you. All right. Okay, they received a warning that they needed to replace their color printer cartridge. Well, that could be because the color printer cartridge, or cartridges plural. Yeah, some printers have multiple color cartridges. Some only have one. It depends on. I'm not familiar with this printer model, and quite frankly, I don't ever want to become familiar with this printer. I never ever want to ever hear, you know, HP Officejet Premium 6700 ever fucking again. After today. That's how much I despise printers. It could be because the color printer cartridge was low or it was empty. Now, there's a feature called grayscale. This is my gold tip for this video. It's a paradox. It depends on the printer model. I don't think every Hewlett Packard printer supports this, but I don't know. I don't even... how many printers have Hewlett Packard manufactured over the years? There are different models, thousands. I don't know. But there's an option called grayscale, and this is another tip within a tip. If you want to save on your toner, you want to print in grayscale, and you can even configure it so it uses less ink. I never have a use for color printing. I have that old Hewlett Packard Officejet 7410 has a color print cartridge, but it's so old that I've printed in color a few times and it looked terrible. It could be because the cartridge is like fucking 10 years old, maybe older. I don't fucking print in color. I don't need to print in color. But you know what I'm saying? So here's the problem. I looked this problem up. I did a quick Google search. I could not find it right away within the web pages for this particular Hewlett Packard Officejet Premium 6700. And so what I did was a quick Google search, and sure enough, I found on another official Hewlett Packard page, which I linked to directly, where they stipulated it was a paradox. This is fucking mindless to me. I have fucking no idea why this is. According to Hewlett Packard, when it comes to this printer, specifically I'm speaking of, they claim that if the color printer cartridge is empty, then no, you have to replace that cartridge, or you will not be able to print at all, and you will not be able to print even in grayscale. Now, in my opinion, that sounds like a conspiracy. It could be that Hewlett Packard is trying to force you into purchasing a cartridge. They're forcing you into spending more money. Because guess where you're going to get that color print cartridge? Most likely you're going to obtain it directly from Hewlett Packard or one of their vendors, and they receive money. You know what I'm saying? Because why would it matter? Why? Now, if the color print cartridge is low, you are able to print in grayscale successfully. What that means is that you are bypassing color. If you configure your printer to only print in, it's also known as black and white, or printing from the black ink only. It's also known as grayscale. If you configure it to only print in, from the black ink cartridge or grayscale, it will bypass that error and you will be able to print, but only if the ink cartridge is low. If the ink cartridge is empty, if the printer detects that the ink cartridge is empty, you're fucked when it comes to this Hewlett Packard Officejet 6700 Premium. You have to replace that printer cartridge, and I do not think that you can take it out, because it's going to scream at you, it's going to complain, and it's going to... You're missing a printer cartridge. You're missing a printer cartridge. Oh my God, this is national security. We're all going to die. Oh my God, replace the cartridge. Replace the cart. This makes no logical sense to me, but I don't run these billion-dollar corporations. You know what I'm saying? So that's my video. That was my gold tip, and then I included another tip. Now here's a little bit of an overdrive because I feel nice today. Most days I feel like an asshole. You know what I'm saying? So today I got some vitamin D, vitamin, hormone, whatever. I was out in the sun for like 40 minutes. It was about 90 degrees, no sunscreen. I never use sunscreen, and now I have lots of energy, and the sun is a mood enhancer. It can fight depression. So you should be going out in the sun. I would say it depends on your skin type. If I don't give a fuck about the pale-skinned Europeans. You stole this continent after you butchered my ancestors, so you know what I'm saying? But those of you that are not pale-skinned Europeans, you should be going out in the sun every day, and it depends on your skin type. Study it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to digress about that, because that could be a 24-hour seminar about what I've learned from, photosynthesis, vitamin D, or whether, the sun provides hormone and the benefits of that. All right. So I'm going to quickly show you the last little tip. Oh, and then always read the quick start guide first, because it will warn you about this crap. And do not hook up your Hewlett Packard printer until the installation tells you to. If you know what I'm saying? 99% of the time, you install the software first and then you hook it up. If you hook it up via USB cable before the installation prompts you, you may have just added another couple of hours of troubleshooting, and I'm not making that shit up. See, I know what I'm talking about because these are real world experiences. These are not opinions and inferences and, conjecture. No. I just helped this individual last night, and I was able to walk them through installing this printer. However, they still ran into a potential quagmire. You know what I'm saying? All right, so let's demonstrate really quick. So what you want to do in order to print in grayscale, and you don't have to wait for the error. If you want to save your toner, or if you want to reduce your printer costs, I don't know what the price calculations are. I don't have like a spreadsheet. I don't know. I'm not going to guarantee you anything, but lowering printing in grayscale can possibly save you money, and it can possibly save your toner cartridge, if you know what I'm saying. So this is Windows 10. That blog post, those instructions were written for Windows 7, but you know what I'm saying, as a basis point, you could use this video and those instructions for other Microsoft operating systems. On Windows 10, go into Cortana and then type in printer, and you're going to see printers and scanners. Click on that. Go click on the printer that you want to configure grayscale. Click on it, choose manage. Click on manage. Now click on printer properties. Now once in printer properties, you want to click on advanced. Now click on printing defaults. Now click on color. It should be obvious to you. I should not even need to point this out. Look at the option, print in grayscale. Now here is the other tip. My goal tip of this video is to show you how to print in grayscale in case you get a warning that your toner is low. And if you do not rectify that, you may not be able to print at all. It'll keep warning you. Whereas one way to bypass that stupid warning is to configure your printer to print only in grayscale, and it will not print in color. Now here's another warning. If I don't provide everything in my video that's in my blog post, because I write, I would say, at least 500 words to 1,000 words now in my blog post. My blog posts are now 500 to at least 1,000 words, sometimes longer. I'm not going to sit there and fucking give you every detail in my blog post unless you want me to fucking act like a robot and act like the other YouTube technology, information technology shills that just read off of a teleprompter and have absolutely no real world information technology experience, and they just bullshit and make up bullshit. They just make up crap out of thin air. Kind of like the Federal Reserve. They just print the fake Federal Reserve notes out of thin air. All right, I digress back to this. Now, if you notice, there's two qualities. There's high quality or black only. You're still printing in grayscale. Google the term grayscale. It basically means that you're telling the printer to only print in black. Do not print in color. Now, that can save your color printer cartridges, obviously. Now, here's another possible option. I'm not saying that in every Hewlett Packard printer or every printer. You could use this tip for other printer manufacturers, Canon and Lexmark and blah, 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 blah. But I don't know if every printer ever manufactured on the planet has the grayscale option. And within the grayscale option, I don't know if every printer on the planet has this other option. Click on black only. See, high quality will be a higher dots per inch. Okay? So you want to either choose black only, don't choose high quality, and what that will do is that, now there is colors management here, but I don't ever fuck with that. Just either choose high quality and then print in grayscale, click apply, and that will allow you to bypass that error, and that will allow you to print with low color printer cartridges. If you click on black only, I think it probably disables high quality. What that will do is it will print in a lower quality. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to leave it at this. And let me transition. So what that means is that here's two quick numbers. Most printers that I have experience with will have either 600 DPI or 300 DPI. I hate acronyms. DPI stands for dots per inch. So it's just, you could figure it out with just using analytical, critical, logical thinking. 600 dots per inch versus 300 dots per inch. Well, if you print in 600 dots per inch, it's going to use more toner. Whereas if you print in 300 dots per inch, it's going to use less toner. Therefore, that cartridge will last longer. Therefore, mathematically, you are most likely going to spend less money. Adios.